Success is simple, right? But it's not easy. Good day, guys. Today we're going to talk about, well, let me ask you a question. Are you a follower or are you a leader, right? Follower or leader? Today we're going to talk about the difference between the two. And I want to, before we start, I just want to tell you this. Everyone watching today has the ability to be a leader, to lead with excellence, and to be a driving force in their personal and their professional life, right? Well, let's study the difference first so that you can go ahead and self-examine and say, where am I now? Where do I want to be? And I deserve the right to be better today than I was yesterday, right? To make a decision to be better today than you were yesterday. So let's start with this. A follower, I would say a follower, the easiest definition is that they are externally motivated. In other words, what? They depend on somebody else for their daily motivation. Somebody else to drive them, to get them to act, right? The problem with this is people that are externally motivated are easily externally what? Demotivated. When somebody is careless or thoughtless with the words, it can really suck the wind out of their sails. And this person who's externally motivated never fully develops their excellence. In other words, they normally act only when they're being watched. They only act well when they're being watched and driven by the external source, right? This person might see something wrong and talk about it in a group. Yes, this is wrong. Why doesn't somebody fix it? That would be a follower. Let's talk about a leader, guys. What's the difference? A leader is somebody who's internally motivated. In other words, this person is motivated from inside, not by other people. What drives them is their need to be excellent, their need for excellence in their life to be a benefit to others, right? And what that does is this shields the internally driven, the leaders, from outside demotivators. They're not easily swayed from doing the right thing over and over. This person that's internally motivated is more likely to work with joy and peace and satisfaction. Why? Because we discussed that joy, peace, and satisfaction comes from self-approved conduct, and self-approved conduct comes from that daily search to be better than you were the day before. And that's what internally motivated people do, right? Now, an internally motivated person would say something like, I see this problem, what can I do to be part of the solution? Does that make sense to you guys? And let me ask you something. Where do you find yourself right now? Are you dependent on somebody else? Are you constantly comparing? Well, nobody else does it, so why should I? Are you in the mode where you're saying, well, the reason I'm not there is because of somebody else? Are you that person, the follower? Or are you that leader that says, you know what? It's up to me. I have responsibility. My wherewithal and my actions are my responsibility. Guys, wherever you find yourself today, I want to challenge you that every one of us has the capacity to be a leader. And in being a leader, you'll be in search of excellence and you'll be a benefit to others. Good selling.